everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to Bull City Hangouts 1118. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper. I invite you to check it out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, basically, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and then I invite you to join me on camera, shoot the breeze, share information, etc. So let's start out with the school tools page because it is lunchtime after all. So if you are in need and you have kids at home, ages 18 and under, you can pick up free lunches for your kids at many different places. Durham Public Schools has a feeding program, and also Durham County has the Eat and See program. So read all about that on the school tools page. Also, for example, if you have a disability or there's some reason why you really honestly can't make it out to pick up lunches for your kids, you might be able to have them delivered to you. So again, read about that on the school tools page. Okay, let's see what else is on the school tools page. I think there's going to be DPS Family Academy. Durham Public Schools has Family Academy, where they have these really nice free webinars to help parents, grandparents, guardians to learn more about the school system and how to help their kids. So tonight, there's going to be homework help and virtual resources. That's going to be super awesome. That's going to be today. And that is going to be, let me get this straight. So K through 5, parents of kids, K through 5. Today is the workshop. Again, it's homework help and virtual resources from 6 until 7. Of course, it's free. And then tomorrow, grades 6 through 12. So again, today, 6 until 7. And for those who speak Spanish, it's called, please pardon me, but Ayuda con las tareas y recursos virtuales. Again, K through 5, and it's going to be 7:15 to 8:15. And then in Spanish tomorrow, grades 6 through 12, 7:15 to 8:15. So there you go. You can read all about that on the school tools page, and the links that you need to join these workshops also on the school tools page. And one more item, this is really exciting because, you know, you got to work, got to take care of your family. Jobs are available. Durham Public Schools, they will be hiring for custodians. That's going to be a drive-through hiring event. It's going to be tomorrow from 1 until 3. And we have someone from NC Works to explain to us how this will work. And that's really exciting news because the pay looks good to me. I'm just saying. Anyway, so stay tuned for that. Let's go to the next page. It is called Word, and that is the government and nonprofit information page. The city of Durham has this Fat Trapper Kit program where you can actually ask the city to send you, because you know next week is Thanksgiving, to send you kits to help you get rid of your oils and meat juices and salad dressings and condiments. They don't want us pouring that stuff down the sink because that will clog up the drains. Let me show you real quick. So you can send for either receptacle, see the plastic receptacle, okay, and then inside there's a reusable twist tie kind of thing where it's like an aluminum bag where you can put all of your oils and fats and stuff. Keep them in here until you're ready to throw it away in the trash. Oh, and also, right, also there's a metal drain. Really helpful. So you can send for either the receptacle or refillable bags or both. And if you need more than one, the city will send you more than one. There you go. So try to send for that as soon as you can because after all, Thanksgiving is, I can't believe it's next Thursday already. So there you go. Alrighty. Also, the city has a water hardship fund. If you have fallen behind in your water bill, the city might be able to help you out. Also, DSS, Social Services. They have the HOPE program, Housing Opportunity and Prevention of Evictions program. So if your job has been affected by COVID-19 and you're at least 1 month behind in your rent, the county might be able to help you out with rent help and also help with your utilities for up to 6 months. Be sure to read about this on the webpage. If you need the help, be sure to get it. Okay, let's scroll down. Durham Technical Community College has the Small Business Center, free, wonderful webinars to help you if you want to start a business Or if you're like me, you've already started a business but still want to learn. So let's see, today's Wednesday. Let's see what's on the docket for today. So at 12:30, they have a workshop, 12:30 until 1:30. Marketing outside the box, fourth quarter marketing, ads that attract. So if you want to go to that, sign up now, because I think it's impossible to sign up once the class starts. So you might want to sign up now and then attend at 12:30. Also today from 2 until 4, Grant Writing 101. You don't have to be a nonprofit to sign up for a grant and try to get a grant. I've actually gotten a couple of grants as an individual. So depending on the program, yeah, learn how to write grants. It's very useful. And of course, if you have a nonprofit, you definitely want to master that art. Grant Writing 101, 2 until 4 this afternoon. Also today, build a landing page for your small business with about.me. About.me is like a one-page, it's really cool. It's like a nice marketing piece that anyone can use to let everybody know where they can be found everywhere online, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. So learn how to do that. That's going to be from 7 until 8:30. And again, these are free. So go to the word page, scroll down to Durham Tech, and then you'll find these workshops. And you'll find more, because there are dozens I had to leave out because of space restrictions. So find out what I had to leave out. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think that's it for the word page. Oh, wait, there's one more. I'm not done yet. So SCORE stands for Service Corps of Retired Executives. They have free mentoring, free workshops, wonderful organization. So let's see what's on the docket for today. Let's see. I thought there was something for today. Oh, tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow at 10 a.m., there's going to be a workshop called Your Business Matters. Is this a good time to sell or buy a business in the middle of a pandemic? That's going to be tomorrow at 10. So that's really, really helpful. So find out about that. Also tomorrow, building inclusion and diversity strategies into your small business. I have noticed like mechanics and other small businesses adding Hispanic co-workers so they can serve the Spanish-speaking community. So that's something you need to learn about. Okay, again, that's tomorrow at 1. All righty, and the Women's Business Center has something going on. Let's see, this is going to be tomorrow at noon. So risk and mitigation of COVID-19 on cybersecurity. That's going to be tomorrow. The Women's Business Center of North Carolina will be holding that workshop from noon until 1. Again, go to the word page for information and to get the links. All right, let's go to the health page. It's called To Your Health. Of course, I got your COVID-19 information in terms of where to go for tests, where you take your kids for tests, where to get free tests. Also, the state has help, just in case they told you to quarantine and you have to stay away from your business or whatever for 2 weeks. North Carolina, the Department of Health and Human Services, they might be able to help you out. If you have to be stuck in quarantine, they can help you with home delivered groceries, rent, mortgage, medications, all kinds of different ways that you might need help. Hook up with the state. Read about that on the To Your Health page. Alrighty, and let's go to the Health Events button. That's the big blue button at the top of the page that lists the support group. So let's see what's new for today. And so let's see. Oh, this just started. The Daughters Concerned for Aging Relatives Support Group. They're meeting right now, start at noon until 1:15. It's online. You don't literally have to be a daughter. You just have to be someone who's caring for an older relative. And you can get tips on how to better care for them. All righty. Also today at 4 o'clock, the Blood and Marrow Transplant Survivorship Support Group, that they meet today online from 4 until 6, and that's part of the Duke Cancer Patient Support Program. All righty, so let's go now to the Let's Go page. That is the calendar of events page. Going on right now, the Nehemiah Christian Center, they're giving away free bag lunches, no strings attached, until 1 o'clock. So that is going to be on Mangum, that's downtown. So be sure to head that way right now if you are in need and you need a meal. Okay, New Visions of Africa restaurant, they're giving away free meals from 3 until 6 this afternoon. They are on Fayetteville Street right next door to W.D. Hill. Also today, Don't Waste Durham, they invite us, this is really clever. So they invite us to watch Kiss the Ground. That is a film, and then you can you can watch at any time, it's free, and the link is right here on the Let's Go page. So after you watch the movie, then you are invited to join the panel discussion tonight, and that's going to be at 6:30. It's going to be a Zoom meeting, and basically this is talking about how to reduce waste, food waste, all kinds of different types of waste, save the planet. And some of the guests will be Jonathan Bloom. He's an expert on food waste. He wrote American Wasteland. Also, Frank Franciozzi, he's from the Composting Council. Kamal Bell, he's from Sankofa Farms, and also State Representative Zach Hawkins. So again, read about that on the Let's Go page. Okay, Sisters from AARP, a group I was unfamiliar with until yesterday. They're putting on a live event with Pastor Shirley Caesar. This should be really fun. It's going to be on Cafe Mocha Radio from 7 until 7:30. And for those young ones who might not know who Shirley Caesar is, I grew up in Chicago and I heard all about Shirley Caesar. She's actually she's from Durham, world-renowned gospel artist and pastor. But she's the one who put out that Thanksgiving song. It's on YouTube. It was the rage a couple of years ago. Look it up on YouTube. Just look up Shirley Caesar Thanksgiving song and you'll know who I'm talking about. So again, that's going to be this evening, 7 until 7:30. Oh, and it's free. Let's see. Also, Brett's open mic is going to be from 7 until 9 at the Blue Note Grill, which is downtown on Washington Street. They're playing it safe, so they don't want the place to get full due to COVID-19. So that you might be able to tiptoe in. If you don't want to take the chance that you can watch from home, and instead of paying the $5 admission, then maybe you want to tip the musicians $5. It's up to you. But again, you can read about that on the Let's Go page. Now tomorrow, the Durham County Sheriff's Office, they have their rabies vaccination clinic. So your dog or your cat can get their vaccination for rabies for only $10, exact change. Call to make the appointment. And again, it's on the Let's Go page. Also tomorrow, like today, the Nehemiah Christian Center, free bag lunches tomorrow noon until 1. I think that's pretty much it. So it's 46 degrees. It's kind of airish out, but it is sunny, going up to 50. Can't complain. Tomorrow is going up to 55 and sunny. Now, waiting in the wings is Kimberly Gammons. She's from NC Works, and she's going to tell us about these jobs that are available via Durham Public Schools. So let's see what is new. Miss Gammons, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for having us. It is an honor, a privilege to be here to share with the community, because we know that right now we are just in a different world, doing different things
It's
and
crazy
different ways. And so when you called me, I just had to say yes. And once I got approval from higher ups, I thank you again for allowing us to share what we do at NC Works.
Well, thank you. Actually, this is going to be a crazy question, but a lot of people don't know that NC Works is the new name for,
Tell
us what NC Works is.
Well, see, what it was is back in probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I think it's been about 5 or 6 years ago now. We used to be called the Unemployment Office, and we were under what they called then not commission. Not commerce. We were commission.
Right.
But after they did the split, our side went to commerce. Well, in saying that, we are no longer the unemployment office. We do not, and this is a great platform, we do not process unemployment claims in our office.
I didn't know that.
We do not. There is no physical building that someone can go to apply for unemployment statewide. That's not just here in Durham, statewide. You can only be, they can only be reached by telephone or by online.
Okay.
But we do work with people that are receiving, and I think that's where the confusion goes. We do work with people that are receiving unemployment benefits. Reason being is, of course, you need to be accountable. We need to help them as far as resumes pointing in the right direction for other needs that they may have, other resources in the community. And that's where we come in. Used to, they came in, they brought in their work search, things like that. Now everything is virtual due to the pandemic. So if you get a call, I tell anyone, if you are receiving unemployment, they're going to give you a call. Our people will give you a call saying, you have this date that we need to do your review. Please be available, and we'll give you a call. And saying that is because if they miss that call, there's a possibility that their funds may be held up because of missing that appointment, because we still have to report that we have had contact with that person, that the person is abiding by the rules of unemployment. So yeah, so thank you for saying that. But we are not the unemployment office. We are NC Works, and we are career center, meaning that we are trying our best to get everyone back into the workforce, and trying to point them in the right direction on where they can go as far as getting jobs. And then we say jobs, but we really want everyone to consider trying to get a career, because we know career outlasts a job. So that's who we are. So that's why our name is NC Works Career Center, not the unemployment office. So and we're right now, we're only taking, that's something that everyone needs to know, we're only going by appointment. You have to have an appointment. I know everyone said, well, we need to use a computer. Can we use a computer? Well, unfortunately, only 3 people at the max can be in our career center where the computers are located due to safety. Our office is not that big in front, and to keep everybody safe, because we want everybody, first of all, to stay healthy. And there are things that everything pretty much can be done online or virtual that way, email, things like that, to keep everybody safe. I guess while we're in this flow, I would love to tell the Durham community, you're going to have to get on the computers, everybody, because that's where everything is going. Computers, virtual, even interviews. Those people that are having interviews are virtual now. People are not in person for interviews. A lot of companies are not doing interviews because that's to keep everybody safe. So if you have a problem with using the media, if you have problems using Zoom or whatever, I will say this is a good time while you're home. Practice it. Talk to some of our kids. Our kids have got it down pat. My granddaughter showed me a thing or two about Zoom, so they got it down pat. But you need to sit down and listen, because you're going to have to use it, because a lot of times, because I know now we're moving into our events will be virtual because of the pandemic, because our governor has already issued that no more than 10 people in gathering. And with us, with the staff, which we are very short staff at there due to medical reasons. I'm working from home due to medical reasons. We have other co-workers that are working from home. So we're doing things virtually. So they're going to have to learn how to use. It's very important to learn how to get someone to show you. Unfortunately, I don't think the libraries are opening up yet, but every child in Durham County has some way of getting online. Get them to help you. They do have their little net books. Let them show you.
I would love to see a virtual, like a webinar or some kind of tutorial showing how to set up your NC Works account, for example. I would love to see something like that.
Okay, we'll get it out to you. I don't have that because I was here for the hiring, but we can get it out to you because we do have that.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, we have that printed, and I can see if I can't put it on our Facebook page.
Yes.
We have a Facebook page, so
I
can see if I can get the updated version and put it on our Facebook page. I didn't think about that, and get that out to the community.
Yes. Definitely, because yeah, and I would love to put that in the Durham Skywriter as well.
Yeah, we would love for you to have it there too.
Absolutely. Now, I love the fact that you have to set an appointment, because I am aware that a
Yeah.
lot of people are on the bus. And what the nice thing about nowadays, if you're looking for work, is that the buses are free, at least for now.
Yeah.
So, and it's the number 8 bus. I know from personal
Oh,
experience that that is the number 8 bus that serves that. In fact, the number 8 bus stops right across the street.
okay.
And it's nice that they have an appointment, because I'd hate to think with the weather getting colder that people would have to wait outside in the cold for their
Yeah.
chance to come inside.
And
So
that was our reason for changing our method of conducting hiring events, because we went from drive-through to parking lot.
mm-hmm.
And due to the cold, I know tomorrow we're having a big event. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping that Durham will come out. I'm still texting and emailing. I'm trying to get it out to all the churches
Mm-hmm.
that there's a great opportunity for the community. That Durham Public School will be having a parking lot hiring event tomorrow,
Okay.
which is November the 19th, from 1 to 3. And we right now they are looking for custodians.
Okay.
They will be needing part-time and full-time custodians.
Nice.
So, right, they are asking that the individual be at least 21 years old, be able to pass a background check, because we're working with kids and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. Of course, they will be, if you do have something on your record and you feel like that you can, talk with them, as if it's been a while, I say come talk to them, but you do have to have driver's license, at least a GED or a high school diploma,
Mm-hmm.
and at least be able to not quite lift, but with assistance, 100 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Okay.
sounds like a lot, but I know they have dollies and things like that to assist in the
Mm-hmm.
lifting. But
Okay.
we are really diligently looking for individuals. I don't think there's been an actual date for the kids to return. As far I know, January, they're looking at January.
Mm-hmm.
But I want everybody to know that even though it's November, you have the holidays, so you know that the kids are out for 2 weeks in December. They're going to be out Wednesday through Friday next week. And so by the time they go through the training, if you are selected, by the time you go through training and all of this, it's gonna be hitting right there. And then plus you're gonna probably help as far as getting the school ready
Mm-hmm.
for the kids to
Exactly.
return. So you will be busy. So the hours are promised, and like I say, it is full time and part time. Of course, we know that with that there will be benefits. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's 60 days or 90 days. I do apologize. But we know that there will be benefits involved as well. And if
Okay.
anyone wants to sign up, do not hesitate. Call me, call the number on the flyer, which is 919-623-3430. It's on our Facebook page.
Okay.
I think it's some more places out there as well. We have our
It's in the
partners.
Durham. It's in the Durham Skywriter on the Let's
There
Go
we go.
page. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So please come out. I would love for us to have at least 50 people. I'm trying to push it. I know it's gonna be cool, but I promise you, by the time we get out there and get our adrenaline going, we will get you in, get you out safely. We
Okay.
still will be practicing social distancing. We ask that you will please wear a mask, please,
Yes.
to help keep everyone safe. Because I don't definitely don't want for us to have to start canceling events because of that, because people do need jobs, and this is a great job. And it
Mm-hmm.
is a direct hire. It's not through a temp service. You will be directly hired with Durham Public School.
So if you're on the bus, you can take the number 8 from downtown. The 12:30 bus will get you there right before 1.
Mhm.
So that now, what if they're nervous and they're saying, "Well, I've been out of work for a bit," or "This is, I am 21. This is, this would be my first job. Do I need a resume? Do I dress fancy? What do I
Yes,
do?"
you can bring a resume. Definitely bring a resume. We're not making it mandatory that they bring a resume, but yes,
Okay.
I would suggest any interview that you go to take a resume if possible. I know that things are a little tough because the libraries are not open. That
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are having a tough time with resumes, especially updating the resume.
Yeah.
I would say this is a chance to come out and interview.
At least talk about jobs you can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also on NC Works, www.nc.gov, they can go in. If everyone is supposed to be registered in NC Works before they come in, if you go ahead and register, there is the software on that system that you can generate a resume.
Oh, wait, give me that. Oh, wait a minute. Let me just see. Resume.
Yep.
Oh, so it's NC what now?
It's www.ncworks.gov.
I'm just putting that in the chat. So
Right.
resume. Okay.
So right where it says on the flyer for them to register for the event, while they're registering, if they go ahead and put the information in, it's not like a pristine, the greatest resume ever, but it is a resume, a basic resume that they can generate themselves.
That's good though, because you need to be able to let people know that you've worked before.
Right. And like I say, if they call me and I'm registered, I can also assist if I get all the information. Only thing I ask is try to get all your dates and things like that, because you're going to need them for a resume. Get that information and I can get them going.
Okay. Do they need to know the name of their boss? Because I've seen resumes where they have the name and the phone number of their boss.
No, not for this one. They wouldn't.
Okay.
Now for their application, when they actually complete the application for Durham Public School, that will be asked.
Okay.
And I always tell everybody that you need to have a master copy application. And that's an application with all your jobs on it that you've ever held, all your dates, the phone numbers. And now it's important to get the email. In my generation,
email,
nobody asks for your email, but now I'm noticing that asking for emails a lot of times instead of the phone number. Right. And that's also important that everyone has a email address. I can't say that enough. Get an email address today, because a lot of things that you have to get done, even in NC Works, you must have an email address to be fully registered in our system. A lot of jobs, and I'm not talking about just the Durham Public Schools, but a lot of companies are communicating by email, not calling anymore. So you need to double check. A lot of people are sending the hiring packages by email. Because of the virtual, they're sending email. That means you gotta keep an eye on your email to make sure that you got the job or you didn't. What's your next step? Things like that, because that is the way that they are communicating. And I suggest getting a separate, get a professional email away from your personal email, so you can tell the difference.
Yeah, I was going to say that just to make sure, because some of us have like general emails for like everything, and maybe when you're job searching, maybe you can have a separate email, because it's free and it's easy to start a Yahoo or Gmail. What else is there? Ymail, whatever. Yeah, it's very easy. So maybe you can have like your formal name, like Patricia A. Murray.
Exactly.
At gmail.com, something like that.
And that's a good suggestion. I think I've been at the office a total almost 9 to 10 years now. Okay, it's about 9 years altogether. And one of the things that we talk about in workshops and job readiness is to have a professional email. I've had all sorts of emails, and from ilovebeer.com, I love, Miss, I love beer at gmail.com. I've got one hot mama 69 at Yahoo. Please make it professional. Yes. Because once people see that, they get because you remember, you only have one time to do that first impression, one time to hit it, as well as your Facebook. Yes. Let's make sure our Facebook either go incognito on Facebook, because that's the first place they're going to look when they start looking at you to hire you. They are going to go, and I'm not just talking about Durham Public Schools. I'm talking about a business in general. They're going to look at your Facebook page to see exactly what you are up to. So I would suggest, and everybody uses. I got in a car accident a couple years ago. And before the police could get there, before they could talk to me, they'd already pulled up the gentleman's Facebook page. So yeah, so everybody use Facebook. So I would suggest to clean up your social media or get off social media, something, block it or whatever you got to do, because people really look at it. And as well as when you fill out and segue into something else, when you do fill out an application, make sure the people that you're putting down for them to contact you as a character, for your character
Oh,
work history,
yeah.
make sure it's somebody that's not ducking on bill collectors. Make sure it's not somebody going to answer saying, yo. Make sure it's somebody that's professional. And I always say, carry yourself so you can have at least 3 to 4 people, professional people that can vouch for your character. That somebody's professional. And I
That's
always say,
smart.
try to get somebody that has clout, so that when they do, when they are expressing your character, that they know how to express it in a way that's received by the employer.
That's wonderful advice. Wow, that's really good advice.
And that's just one of my soapbox things.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now, um, Mr. Kyle Serba, he's with sports information at North Carolina Central University. He tells the young athletes that when you're online, you are representing the school,
Mm,
your city, yourself, your
mm.
family. So he says, be careful what you put online, because even though you might be 18 or 19 right now, they're gonna be looking at your stuff in
Yeah,
years
because
to come.
plenty of people know that your past will come back. Your
Mm.
past will come back. I just thank God that we didn't have Facebook when I was in college. So,
Wow. Imagine. Just imagine. I want
so
to
I'm
say
happy about that.
I want to say a quick hello to Colleen. Colleen is watching on YouTube. Oh, I
Okay.
want to. I want to ask. Is it okay to mention the starting pay, because it was on the flyer?
Yes, the starting pay for full time, the starting pay is 23.64 to 28.28 a month. Of course, they will look at their experience. They'll take all that into consideration.
Mhm.
But the base pay would be 23.64 a month, and then the
Okay,
part time is anywhere from 13 to 17, and probably will be higher. But that is like the range,
that sounds good to me.
a minimum of what they could possibly receive.
Okay, and that breaks down to 591 a week to 855 a week.
Right, right. And they have about, if I'm not mistaken, I think I've got it right. I don't have my notes in front of me. They're looking for about 10 full time.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not like, okay, they only have 2 jobs. No, no, it's about 10 to 15 full time positions. And then probably about the same, almost the same amount for part times. So it's not
Okay.
like you're going to come and like, oh, I know somebody already have the job. No, that's not the case. And then you have to remember if someone says, well, I don't think I have enough. And I think you and I talked about that earlier. I don't think I have the experience. I don't think I have, everyone has transferable skills. I don't care what you do, you can transfer them.
Which
So
means if you've done volunteer work, that counts too.
exactly, exactly. But I would say in this case, apply, come
Mhm.
out, because you're already. If you don't apply, guess what? You already don't have the job.
There you go. I love that. So that's going to be tomorrow from 1 until 3. If you're on the bus, come anyway, even though they're calling it a drive-through. But if
Yeah.
but if you
Well,
need to,
we decided said parking lot, so
okay,
they are leaving cars now. So we're saying
okay.
parking lot events now.
So let me know if all the positions get filled, because I
Okay.
think that is super exciting. I'd also like to know, so when will they find out? Because I can imagine this is going to take a load
Yeah.
off of people's backs who are unemployed right now or only working part-time, and going into the holidays. They're going to feel so relieved if they
Yes.
know that they have a job uh, coming up in January. Will they know before Thanksgiving?
That I do not know. I do
Okay.
apologize. I have not talked to the HR person as far as the timing, because and that was something. Thank you for mentioning that, because going in with the county, going in trying to get background checks, they're gonna have
Oh
to
yeah.
go straight federal. I mean, it's not gonna be like pulling up someone on the way we do it as a public thing. They're gonna go deep because they are
Okay.
working with kids. And that was one of the things they wanted to stress to make sure that they could, they did have could pass a background. And when I say pass a background, I'm not saying that it's got to be squeaky clean, but at least be able to go in and talk with them. They will check, if I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me on it. I think they go back 7 years to check. So don't always like, you know what, I can't get it. You have to remember a lot of things play in interviewing. It could be I did get an interview with a company, and a gentleman had a little, I call had a little infraction on his record, and he came in and he was sharp as a tack, sold himself, didn't miss a beat. He stood when he entered the room. The employer stood up, shook his hand, and I probably had seen in about 20 some people to meet this employer at the time for interview. The gentleman never stood up. He stood up for this gentleman, shook his hand. He waited until he was told to be seated. I mean, he went through the whole 9 yards that they teach you on interviewing and nailed it. And he did have some infractions. And one of the things that the gentleman said, and this is not Durham County, that's not who I'm referring to. So Durham Public School. So let me get that out there. But the gentleman said that he was so impressed that he had to give him a chance. So maybe Durham Public School might not be able to, but guess what? Somebody will. Don't give up. There are plenty of people out there that have infractions. In the past, people make bad decisions. I used to be the offenders representative for the office, and I understand that things happen, but that does not define who you are. So I always say, go ahead and try.
I was going to ask you, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was going to ask, speaking of NC Works in general, there's special programs for helping ex-offenders and also veterans, right?
Exactly, we do. We have a nice veterans department. They help also with the displaced veterans. And then we also have our former offenders, which that is a city that's housed in our office as well. And that program, if the person has been out of if the infraction happened within 2 years, that they may be a candidate for that program. Then also we have in North Carolina initiative, and that is also for offenders as well. And that program, there's no time, date, or whatever on who qualify. Anyone that has a background can qualify for the program. It's not a training program. It's more a resource program that they can point you in the right direction. They can also give you job leads as well. Before all the pandemic, we were having that workshop every week, but due to the pandemic, of course, we're trying to regroup and see how that's going to look now. But those resources are available. I always talk about the Criminal Justice Center downtown. They are awesome. I mean, when I say awesome, we have people that are in prison that are trying to get to Durham because of that resource center. I was working at one time. I was working with Orange Correction, and there were people that are trying to get to Durham because their program was top notch. And then also, I'm not sure how it's going on, what's going on now, but I know at one time at the courthouse that they were doing, counseling individuals on seeing if their offenses could be expunged. So that's available as well. And then, of course, you can always call North Carolina legal aid anytime and try to get a point with them and talk with them and see if you can get some things expunged. I had an individual up in Chapel Hill. She could not get everything expunged, but they were able to expunge some of the things, which that makes you look a whole lot better.
Yeah.
So those
and I do list all of Legal Aid NC's free webinars, because they do offer that expungement webinar every month, and they answer questions and then they represent people. Yeah, so that's on the legal page, the Durham Skywriter. So absolutely. Yes, and I want to ask you one more thing about NC Works in general. So I don't know if it's still available, but I did hear They're like low-income young people, people who might be on aid and trying to enter that workforce. Are there still paid internship and training programs for young
Yes,
people
there
these days?
yes, there is training going on at the NC Works office. It's a WIOA program, and it is federally funded, and that's something that they would have to go through. They do orientation, and they can call in or go online. If they go to ncworks.gov, we have a events calendar there. They can register for that. The workshop is virtual, so they don't have to come into. It's not in person, but they can sign up anytime on that for that webinar. But yeah, they do, and what they do is they assess the individual first to see exactly where their skills lies. First of all, to see exactly what they're interested in, because sometimes people don't know what they want to be when they grow up. I'm still trying to figure that out. So they will go through assessment, of course, and I always tell everybody that we don't determine, as far as myself and my other colleagues, we don't determine if they are approved. They have to go through an assessment before they are approved, if that makes sense.
There's a whole lot more to NC Works that meets the eye.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and we have our older workers program as well. It's for the 55 and older. They come in, they will receive assistance on finding permanent employment, but while they're looking, they may be assigned a short term assignment where they will get paid for it and
Like
get
a
that
temp
training
job.
right and get the training in, because the whole thing is for them to receive the training. And they come together. They were coming together, I think, once a week to do what they call like a job club, to find out what's out there. And the whole thing is to segue them into a permanent job, not for them to stay in the temp, the temp position, but to go permanent. And then saying that, if anybody has a nonprofit and you need an assistant and you need a clerical assistance, if you need somebody to answer your phones, things like that, NCBA, NCBA, they could use your help. And I'll send you the flyer, because they're always looking for candidates to sign up, and then they're also looking for organizations that will assist them in placement as well. And they have had some that they've gotten the position and end up staying permanent, because the
Nice.
organization, like, what, let's not change anything, and they keep the person. So that is an option there as well. And then we have our youth department as well. So if they're 21 years or younger, we do help the youth. It's a great program. They do case management with the youth. They go out and help them acquire jobs. They help them with training, and it can be paid training. And then they also do training with them as well. They do soft skills training with them. So that's something else that we have going on as well.
What about people with disabilities?
Yes, thank you. We are both rehabilitation. They are our partners as well. Of course, we do not render the service, but we do refer people to them. Until the pandemic, they were physically coming in our office. But yes, anyone that has a disability, yes, we can get them referred to Voc Rehabilitation. They have great programs, and if you don't know what Voc Rehabilitation is, basically the best way to say it is, say for instance, I was injured, and maybe I was a carpenter and I was injured, and I need new skills. I can't be a carpenter because of my injury, but I need to gain new skills so I can go back out into the workforce. That's what they're there for.
Okay. Wow, thank you so much. I knew your guest spot here on Bull City Hangout was going to be really fruitful. I
And
really
I was trying to
appreciate it.
come. I was trying to come up with anything else. I think we have also, and I'm not sure what slots they have, and I hope she doesn't choke me. But we also have a program, and I'm unsure of the name of it. But if someone was released from prison, it can't be jail, but released from prison in April until now, they may qualify for a training for a program. So that's also housed in NC Works as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm obviously going to go to your website and explore it and take some items from the calendar and add that to the Durham Skywriter. I would also, I did a cover story on NC Works and how it works. It wasn't called NC Works back then. But anyway, I think it's time for me to revisit you all
Please do.
and to talk about all the different programs that you have, because this is phenomenal.
Please do. And I hope that hopefully I can come back, or one of the other representatives can come back and
Anytime
share.
you
'Cause
want.
we definitely need to get out. And that was one of the things as a business service representative that I was afraid of, having the libraries closed, because all the libraries, when we send out our flyers, all the libraries get our flyers
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they post them, and not having them to help get the word out, it was kind of hard. And then some of our larger churches, they help post as well, but by them, not a lot of them are not meeting. Some are not
Yeah.
still, some still are not meeting. And so if this, I just thank you for giving us the opportunity to get it out
Oh,
there, spread the word. And like I say, my numbers at the bottom of the flyer, to so we can move forward and heal Durham, basically.
for real. Because these are really tough times right now. People are broke. People have
Yeah.
lost their jobs, or they've had their. Some people are being told to come in maybe 3 days a week instead of 5. I don't know if that's called furlough. I don't know what that,
Hmm.
whatever. Some people have been bumped down to part time.
Yes.
So yeah, it's wonderful. When I was a little kid and we were wondering what our parents did when we were in school, my dad set us aside. He said, "Your job is to go to school and get good grade." He said, "A parent's job is to feed the children."
That's it.
He said, "You do what you got to do." He says, "You get a job." He says, "That's what I do." He says, "I have a job." He says, "Your mom has a job." And that's what we do. We pay the bills, and we expect you to do your job, so when you grow
Exactly.
up, then you can do the same thing we're doing. So we said,
Exactly.
okay. So he didn't say what kind of job, because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
important thing is feed your kids. If
Exactly.
janitorial work is something that you look down on, you
Hmm.
might not want to come out tomorrow from 1 until 3 at the Briggs Avenue, 1105 South Briggs Avenue, NC Works. However, if you believe in honest work in order to take care of your family,
That's it.
come on out.
That's it.
This isn't about pride. This is about caring for your family, caring for
Exactly.
yourself. And if it
And then it's
involves
a
hard
step.
work, that's what it takes.
And then it's a step, because once you're in the system, because once it's easier once you get in to
Mm,
move around and get to maybe the job that you aspire
mm,
to get, instead of being on the outside and never get in at all.
right, right.
So this is a good time. It's a great time.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to getting that information on how to
Yes.
set up an account, because you can do everything on your phone. I mean, not all of us have laptops, but
Right.
if you can get online, even with if it's with your smartphone, it might be challenging to fill out
Yeah.
forms on a phone, but it can be done.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Kimberly,
You're
for being
welcome. You're
on
welcome.
the
And we will be
show.
having other events coming up. We had a whole 9 yards planned until a meeting this morning, but I do know that Waffle House will be. They are always hiring,
Oh,
and
okay.
Waffle House LC Industries. They are also hiring warehouse, so they are always hiring. And I know we're going to have Department of Safety. They will be doing a virtual, and I don't have that date yet. They will be doing a virtual as well with us, and they have several jobs nursing, from nursing, things like that. And of course, there's always someone looking for great talent.
Mhm.
And so just I tell everybody, just stay tuned, keep your eye on Facebook, keep your eye on Durham Skywalker, because I promise you, you'll see all the upcoming events. I know that the Durham Public School will be having a virtual, if I'm not mistaken, on the 8th. Don't quote me on it. And that is for the admin jobs. So that
Ooh.
flyer should be coming out soon, if not today. is going to get that out there as well. And I know know that will be going on as well. So keep your eye out. Get registered in NC Works. Get registered in NC Works. So when things come up, all you got to do, because they can register without calling us. They can go right on into our event calendar and register for one of our events without calling us. They don't have to call us. But if you do need some information about any of it, give me a call, 919-623-3430. Thank you so much, Patricia.
Absolutely. I just want to point out one more thing. NC Works isn't always what some people would call entry-level jobs, because the last time I did an article on NC Works, it was years ago, but it was pointed out at the time that the director of NC Works had 300 jobs on his desk to be filled. He told me that companies, instead of, remember the job wanted that they used to have in the newspapers? He said now what they do is that they contact NC Works, and then NC Works finds people instead of putting out the classified ads like they used to do back in the olden days. And of these 300 jobs, they were not all entry level. He says some were entry level, some were minimum wage, and he said they went all the way up to PhD level high paying jobs.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because each week, and I don't know why I lost my train of thought, but each week I do what we call a hot jobs, and I'll send that to you every week. There's a hot jobs list go out, usually no later than Tuesday afternoon, and it has, I know this week we've had from engineer to software developer to custodians to a server in restaurants is on that hot job list. So
that's good to know.
About 20 some jobs on there, and we try to cover, try to touch all the different occupations so that someone will have a chance. But as always, just go into NC Works. That is the largest database to find a job right now in North Carolina. If the company did not physically put in their job order in the NC Works system, the NC Works captures all of it. If you go into NC Works and you put in, say, warehouse, any warehouse position out there, it is captured from off of Indeed, Snag a Job, Career Builders. That will come in. It will show up when you do your search. So right now we have the largest database in North Carolina. So use us.
And I'm glad you said across. I'm glad you said across the state, because I know of a couple of people, because of the pandemic and they're changing family structure due to whatever, jobs, people having babies, et cetera, et cetera. Right. Families are starting to move in together. So like if you have family out west or down east or whatever, this is a way to find a job before you have to move.
Exactly.
Because if they're doing the interviewing virtually, that's good. You don't have to take the train or drive out somewhere to try to get a job. So if you can get a job before you move,
exactly,
in with your family, or to bring your parents to you, or whatever you have to do, then NC Works should be a good tool in making sure you got that money coming in, so you can take care of your family. So there you go. So thanks again, Kimberly. Love to have met you, and you can come on anytime you want.
Okay, because we got more, and we definitely going to need your help to get the community to get that information out to them. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You have a beautiful day.
Okay, I wish you the best.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Super awesome. Oh man, was that great? I mean, like I said, these are tough times for a lot of people. I've known people who were bumped down to part-time, and people who are people wondering, should I try to get a job now? Or anyway, just try NC Works, fill out the, you do have to have an account with them. It's free, of course. So if there's any problems, let me know, and I can probably connect you or send you the document that she's going to send me to help figure out how to file, open your application and file, I'm stumbling with words, but you know what I mean, to open an account, to get into the program and find out what you must do to get a job. Let's put it that way. Okay, so it's going to go up to 50. Let's see what it is right now. And if anybody else wants to hop on, the link is right there. So you can shoot the breeze, share information, etc. So right now it is 48. It's going up to 50. It's going to be sunny all day. Oh, Barb is here. Let me just put in her comment. Hello, Barb. Barb was with us yesterday. She's a hot balloon enthusiast and also super knowledgeable about, she's OG when it comes to computers, online, the internet, etc. So yeah, Barb, we were talking about NC Works, and that is, they probably have it out in your state as well. You know, the system for consolidating information about job training, getting jobs, etc. So if anybody wants to join me, that's great. If not, I will get back to work. And you have a beautiful afternoon. Let me do a quick countdown in case somebody wants to click. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 4.5, 3, 2, 1. I'm off to make pancakes and then get back to work. You have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow at noon. Ciao for now.